Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and today I want to show you how to do tubular netting. I have a little example here that I've started, and you can make this as long as you want, but I want to show you how the pattern develops. And this is 3-bead netting. There's also 5-bead, there's different variations, but I want to show you the 3-bead. It creates this really pretty kind of grid-like pattern, and we've almost got like a stripe going on as well. So really actually quite easy to do. I'm going to take this off of my tube just so you can see it's hollow. And it's squishy. It would actually make a great ring, a napkin ring, a rope for a necklace, a lot of different applications. And like I mentioned, it's not very hard to do. So what you're going to need is a needle and some thread. The length of thread is going to be dependent upon how long of a tubular netting piece you want. And you can always add more thread as you go. And then you're also going to need a tube of some sort. You can use a straw, you can use a pen, you can use whatever you like. And the diameter of the tube is going to determine how big, of course, your tube of netting is going to be. So if you want to use a straw, maybe something a little narrower, it'll be a little narrower band of netting as well. You want it to have some firmness to it. I like this tube a lot actually because it squishes a little bit but doesn't really change shape. So keep that in mind as well. And then you're going to need some beads. I'm going to do it with 2 different colors here so you can see a little bit more clearly what's going on. You can use the same color, different colors, different size beads, whatever you like. So let's begin. I've got my thread on my needle and I don't have a stopper bead and I don't have a knot tied at the end. So what we're going to do to begin with is we're going to pick up an even number of beads which is divisible by 4 and will fit nicely around this tube. So that probably sounds a little confusing right now. I'm going to show you how to do it and it makes really a lot of sense once you see it done. So I'm going to pick up just every other color. So I'm just going to do green and then blue, green and then blue. So just make sure I have an even number. So I started with green, so I got to end with blue. So I keep that even number. And then I'm going to slide them down. And you notice I haven't counted them yet because I'm not to that stage yet. So I'm going to slide them down and leave a tail of about 6 to 8 inches. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that they comfortably fit around my tube so there's equal space between all of them. And you can see I definitely don't have enough yet, so I'm going to add some more. And there's no exact number. It's really going to be dependent upon how big your tube is. Okay, let's see if I'm closer yet. I'm getting closer. I'm not quite there. And since I know I'm close, I want to make sure that I have a number on here now that's divisible by 4. So let me count it. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. So that is not divisible by 4, and I'm just almost there, but I do have a little bit more room. So I'm going to add 2 more. And the divisible by 4 is really important if you're doing a 3-bead netting like we're doing here. So let's see. All right, that looks pretty darn good. So I'm going to go ahead, take my end, and loop it around in a simple overhand knot. Loop that together. And I'm going to go ahead and just make that nice knot just so that all my beads form a ring. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to slip that ring onto the tube, and then I'm going to hold the tail down with my thumb, and I'm ready to start my first row. So what I'm going to do to begin with is I'm going to go through this blue bead right here, just so I have an end for it to come out of. So now it's coming out of a bead instead of just coming out of the knot. And now since this is 3-bead netting, I'm going to add 3 beads, and they're going to mimic the 3 beads I'm going to skip over. So I've got green, blue, and green. So the same amount of beads, and I'll skip over those, and I'll go through this blue bead here. Just like so. And from now on, I'm going to refer to that as a link bead because it's linking these two together. So now I'm going to go all the way around my whole ring doing that same process. So I'm going to add 3 beads, same color sequence again, and it's the 3 beads I'm going to skip over, and I'm going to go through this blue bead, which is now a link bead. And this might want to go over on the other side. You just want to push it up so that they all stay on the top because we're working our way up. And we're just going to keep going around, same process. Oops. You'll see I missed a bead. That happens when you're doing netting. Sometimes you'll get a little off track. Just make sure you're looking at what you're doing carefully and paying attention. There we go. All right, so we're almost back to where we started, so we're just going to go ahead, continue our pattern, and go through that original bead we went through to begin with. And we've made an entire loop. And actually this would make a pretty nice ring right now if we wanted to finish it off, but we don't. We want to keep going. So now I'm going to introduce a new term to you. We've got the bottom link bead, which is going to be on the base, and we have the top link bead. So this would be a bottom, that would be a top. That would be a bottom, that would be a top. So what we're going to do is we need to step up. So we're going to go through the green bead right here. So we're going in an upward direction, and also the blue bead, and that's our top link bead. And now we want to continue with the same pattern. So we want to mimic the 3 beads that we're going to skip over. So it's going to be a green, a blue, and a green, just the same as before. And then we're going to go through another top link bead. So I'm going to put on my needle, a green, a blue, and a green. We're going to go through the top link bead. And we're going to keep just going around in that same pattern. And really, tubular netting is really just a matter of going around and around, following the same pattern and going through these link beads. You want to make sure that your tension on your thread is always pretty taut because you want to form a nice cylindric shape, so you don't want it too loose. If your thread gets caught, just work its way around. And so we're just building. So I'm going to add another 3 beads, and again, it's the same ones as always. It's the green, the blue, and the green. And then we're going to go through that other top link bead and pull through. And I'm going to do a little bit more just so you can see it, but you see how we're getting almost like little stripes here? So it's creating a really nice pattern. If it comes off your tube, don't worry, just keep working. So just put it back on once you can. But as you can see, this does actually make a very nice little ring. But let me put it back on the tube so you can see what's going on. There we go. And we came back to our starting point again. So we're just going to do the same process where we're going to step up and go through that top link. So the ones that were our top links are now our bottom links. And we're going to step up by going through the green bead, and through the blue bead next to it, and that is our new top link. Just a couple more. Hopefully you have this down on how it is. It's just repetition. You're just going around and around until you get to your desired length. Or you can make a mistake like I just did where I added 2 beads. There we go. Okay, almost to the end again. I want to show you one quick thing. Okay, so we have a nice band. Hopefully you're starting to see the pattern, how it's developing. Now you can use it like this, where you don't taper it, but I do want to show you how you can taper it if you want to maybe come down and have it end at a nice point. So I'm going to take it off of my tube. So if you want to taper it down, what you're going to do is you're going to do a decrease in your netting stitch. It's a little easier to do decreases when you have a larger netting pattern where you're going from maybe a 5 bead to a 3 bead to a 1 bead. We're starting at a 3 bead, so we're just going to go to a 1 bead. So I'm going to take 1 blue bead, forget about the greens, and just go through the next blue bead. And you see how that just pulled everything a little tighter? So we're just going to keep doing that all the way around. So we're decreasing our netting stitch. So you can see we've just tapered it a little bit. If your beads will allow, you can try to fill in some more by going around again, or you can just do a reinforcing row where you go all the way around the beads you've already woven in there. We're just making a nice ring. And pull. I'm going to go through the next couple, just a little bit extra. And then if you were happy with this, you would just tie off your thread and incorporate it into your beadwork the same as you would with any other bead weaving. So here's the end which has been tapered down, and then here was an end which you did not taper. So a couple different ways of doing it, just depending upon your design. So that is how you do 3 bead tubular netting and also perform a decrease to taper your top.